Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. Today I want to cover a quick tactic on overcoming procrastination and actually getting your pages written each day. So usually when you're trying to write and you're procrastinating, you're spending your whole day being anxious about not writing and not actually writing anything. And you're worried because you're going to sit down and you feel like you're not going to write anything good. And so you're just stuck in this anxiety all day long and you're constantly thinking about it in the back of your mind, but you're not actually getting any work done. And so I think we have this idea in our heads that it's going to be this absolutely, completely grueling process when we sit down and we're actually starting to write. But that has not actually been my experience. What I've found is that the worst part is really that first 10 to 30 seconds of sitting down, getting focused, and starting that first sentence or two. And so that really, I think, is what you have to focus on. Like, you don't need to look at it like this is going to be this hour long of complete pain trying to figure out what to do and how to write. It's really just getting into the zone. And once you're in that zone, then you can start working through it and you're not thinking about the fact that you're trying to write. You're just thinking about writing and thinking about your story and thinking about your story's problems. And then so you're not thinking about how much this can be sometimes challenging. So really, it's about that first 10 to 30 seconds. So what you need to do is just focus on getting past those first 10 seconds or 30 seconds of sitting down, opening up your script software, and starting your story. And so when you can do that, then you can you can use that first few seconds to then help you write for the next 30 minutes or the next hour or the next few hours. And so I think what you have to do is just break down that bad belief that this is going to be this grueling process for an hour, right? Because that's what you think inside. You think you're going to hate everything you write. You think you're going to struggle to write every single word for an entire hour, and that's just not the case. That's just usually just not how it works. And if you've written, you know that. Really, it's just the beginning of sitting down and starting, and then when you allow your brain to get in that zone, you start moving. So you need to break down the bad belief that this is going to be this hour-long grueling process and realize that it's just that first few seconds of sitting down and getting started and actually getting your brain into writing mode. So here's what I want you to do. Here's the tactic that's going to help you sit down and write a little more each day. Rather than saying, oh, I'm going to write 2 hours today or I'm going to write 20 pages or whatever, all you need to do is say, okay, I'm going to open up my script software and I'm going to sit in front of my computer for 30 seconds and get in the zone of it. And if you can't get in that first 30 seconds, then tell yourself that you can get up. So there's no pressure on you to actually write. If you can't figure out anything in that first 30 seconds, you can get back up, you can keep going. But I guarantee you that if you remove your distractions, you don't have your phone beside you, you don't have all these distractions around you, if you actually sit down, you let yourself sit and look at your story for 30 seconds, you're going to know what that next sentence is, and maybe that next two sentences, and maybe that next line of dialogue. And then you're going to start getting in that zone and you're going to start building momentum, and then you can actually have a good writing session. So that's what I want to leave you with today. If you're struggling with procrastination, if you're struggling to sit down and just get started, give yourself that 30-second window. And no pressure. If you don't write in that 30-second window, get up and do something else. But let yourself sit in that 30 seconds, look at your script, look at where you are in your story, and let your mind get into writing mode. And I guarantee you that will help you start getting started in that writing session, and you can do that day to day and actually start getting some pages out. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.